XRP, we start with 1 hour chart. Okay, if you refer to my last video when the price was here, we mentioned that we're looking for buy, but any buy as long as the price come to this level, we start to manage, because we mentioned that we will have the price can drop. We talk about this because in some of my videos, the previous video mentioned when the price coming into 60, we have to be quite careful. And right now, when the price comes to 64, almost what we expected, same range. And now, as we can see, even in my last video, I mentioned that when the price was within this range, I mentioned what we expecting to get the correction in relative to this, and now what we getting here. And the only question is how this is the only correction. In that case, we will have this flat, or this one can be more complex. All right, that means how deep it can go. It move deeper, we be within this correction for a longer time. It can just give it can give better trade setup. Okay, and now we want to put this one in relative to this with the internal. Usually this type of the flat is very rare, but we can find it because the internal is bigger than the first. Okay, now we want to see how we can trade this one. Okay, now first of all, if this one we will be within this correction for a longer time, it can give us a better confirmation and trade setup for the continuation. But the question is how deep it can go, we are not sure. Whether the price can reverse from here or drop. Okay, what we getting here can be similar to one of this to make one more flat for the next move down. If it gives, better for us. At least when the breakout of this, or especially and even it come to this level, then can give us better trade setup. Easily we can trade. But how about if the price reverse from here? Okay, can we look for this one as a flag? If we get the correction here, similar, for example, this one relative to this, or even this one, a small flag or a small correction, if we take any trade, we start to manage when the price come here, because we can expect we will be within bigger correction. Okay, now how about if we move to 15 minutes? We see how we can trade this, whether we can get any trade from this, and here we start to manage. Okay, but right now we don't trade it. The only thing is having trade above this, or if this one become more complex, then we see how. Okay, now we don't have, we want to see any trade buy we get, we consider as short term. As long as we get into the profit, we start to manage. And if I move to forward chart, all right, as we mentioned that we want to see how complex will be this correction, how long will be this correction. And if we get more complex, and the next one is, this is what we're looking for. And mostly then the possibility, the price, this is the start of the up move, we will get it. Then we don't need to expect the price to drop anymore unless the price retests this low. Okay, again, this is what we're expecting. It doesn't mean the price can drop. May the price give a correction for my next move and drop. Okay, maybe we get that one, but we're expecting if we get a correction that this is the start of the bull. Okay, anyway, we're just looking to see how we can get the trade from this one, how deep it can go, and any buy setup with the target of the top, we start to manage. And hopefully it can be deeper correction, because it can give us a better confirmation for the next move. Anyway, we don't have any trade setup, and as we can see, this one is dropping. We want to see what we will get from here, whether we can get a trade or not. Anyway, we just follow the chart. If I see any update, I will share. Thanks.